Hello my dear students, welcome to the Samveda e-learning program. Today I am going to give you informations regarding chapter number 7, fractions. My dears, I am going to teach you this lesson in 4 different sessions. Let us see what you are going to learn in session 1. In the first session, you are going to learn about fraction, fraction on the number line, proper fractions and improper and mixed fractions. So, these are the 4 important concepts you are going to learn in today's session. My dear students, you are all familiar with the concept fraction because it is known to you people. We are directly and indirectly going to use the concept of fraction in our daily life, in dividing the things and in sharing the things, etc. My dear student, look at the picture. You are seeing what? Yes, it is a circle. If I am going to cut into 4 equal parts like this, then if I am going to shade the one part of the circle, what you will say? You have shaded one part out of 4 part. You are going to represent like 1/4. Similarly, if I am going to shade the 2 portions of the circle, that means what I am going to get here? You are exactly correct. I am getting here 2/4. Similarly, if I am going to shade for the 3 portions, then what you will say? Sir, you have shaded 3 portions or 3 parts out of 4 parts. So, how I am going to represent it? 3 divided by 4. What are all these 1/4, 2/4 and 3/4 representing? You are exactly correct. These numbers are representing fractions. Not only in mathematics, in your daily life also, you are going to divide like this in many situations. Then what is a fraction? Just remember, a fraction is a number representing part of whole. The whole may be a single object or a group of objects. The whole may be a single object or a group of object. And also we can say a fraction means a part of group or a region, a part of a group or a region. Then how to read the fraction? It is familiar to you. You are able to read the fraction. Say for example, 5 divided by 12 is a fraction, then how to read it? Yes, you are going to read it 5/12. Here 12 stand for the number of equal parts. The whole is divided into 12 equal parts. And what is 5 indicates? 5 is taken out of 12. Here 5 stand for number of equal parts which have been taken out. Then 5 is called here numerator. Then what about 12 is called? You are right, my dear students. 12 is called a denominator. This is how we are going to read the fraction. Now let us solve some fundamental problems on fractions. Yes, look at the question. The first question is, name the numerator and denominator of 4/6 or 4 divided by 6. What is 4 called here? Yes, you are right, my dear student. 4 is the numerator and here 6 is the denominator. Then can you tell me for 5/16? You are telling answer no? Very good, my dear student. Here which is the numerator? 5 is the numerator. Very good. Then which is the denominator? Yes, my dear students, 16 is the denominator. In 4 divided by 6, 4 is called the numerator and 6 is called the denominator. In case of second one, in 5 divided by 16, 5 is called numerator and 16 is called denominator. So, the first fraction is going to be read as 4/6 and second fraction is going to be read as 5/16. Now, come to the question number 3. Write the fraction representing the shaded portion. Here some pictures are given. Here you have to identify the fraction related to the picture. The whole is divided into 4 parts. Out of 4 parts, 2 parts are shaded. So, the fraction for this is 2 divided by 4. Similarly, the whole is divided into 9 equal parts and 8 parts are shaded. So, therefore, it is going to be written as 8 divided by 9. Then look at the balls, there are 8 balls, out of that 4 balls are shaded. Then what is the fraction representing the picture? You are exactly correct, 4 divided by 8. Now come to the one more question here. So, the circle is divided into 4 equal parts, the one part is shaded, therefore, it is going to be represented as 1 divided by 4. Similarly, look at the picture, here there are 7 boxes, out of that 3 boxes are shaded. So, therefore, it is 3 by 7. Can you tell me for this? How many petals are there in flower? Yes, my dear students, there are 8 petals. How many petals are shaded? Yes, 4 petals are shaded. So, therefore, you can write it as 4 divided by 8. Now, let us come to the another question, that is 4th question. Here we have to color the portion of the given figure according to the fraction given. Color the part according to the given fraction. Here for the first figure, 1/6 is given. We have to shade the first part, that is out of 6 equal divisions, we have to shade the any 1 divisions of the given figure. So, now I am shading it, you are seeing it. So, this shading represent 1/6. Similarly, here the triangle is divided into 4 equal parts and we have to shade any one part of the triangle. So, therefore, we are getting the diagram like this. Are you following it? Very good. Now, come to the next diagram. Here in this case, you have to shade the one part of out of 3 divisions or 3 parts. We can shade like this. Now, in the 4th question, in the 4th figure, we have to shade for the 3 parts, that is part 1, then 2 and 3. So, this coloring represent 3/4. Now, come to the one more diagram which is given. Here the whole is divided into 9 equal parts, out of which we have to shade the 4 parts. Here part number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, like this we have to shade the picture which is given in the question according to the fraction. Now, let us come to the another question. Here we have to represent the 8 hours in fraction. So, what fraction of a day is 8 hours? So, that means you know that we have to express that 8 hours in terms of a day with the help of a fraction. Then what you have to do is, you know that a day consists of 24 hours, then we have to write it as 8 divided by 24. So, if we simplify this, what we will get? 8 ones are 8 threes are. So, therefore, 1/3 we are getting. So, here 1/3 of a day is 8 hours. Now, let us come to the next question. What fraction of an hour is 40 minutes? Here we have to express 40 minutes in terms of an hour. What we have to do here? In the previous problem, what we have did? We have to follow the same thing here. Here we have to convert that 40 minutes into an hour with respect to the fraction. So, that is 40 divided by 60. If you are going to divide 40 by 60, we will get in terms of hour. So, therefore, 0 0 is going to be get cancel each other and 2 ones are 2 twos are 4 and 2 threes are 6. What you will get here? 2/3, that is 2 by 3. 40 minutes is equal to 2/3 of an hour. This is how we can express the minutes in terms of hour. Now, let us come to the another question. Write the natural number from 2 to 12. What fraction of them are prime numbers? Here what we have to do? We have to write the natural numbers from 2 to 12. You are all familiar with the natural numbers. Natural numbers are nothing but counting numbers. They are going to use it for counting purpose, that is why they are called as counting numbers. Here we have to list the natural numbers from 2 to 12, out of which we have to mark the prime numbers. we have to represent the number of prime numbers from the numbers 2 to 12 in terms of fraction. So, here what we have to do? First you have to do write the numbers from 2 to 12. Take the book and pen and you should start to write the numbers from 2 to 12. So, which are the number you are going to obtain? Very good, my dear student. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 are the numbers from 2 to 12. Then how many numbers are there? Count them. There are 11 numbers. Out of this, how many numbers are prime numbers? You are familiar with the prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Yes, you are exactly correct, my dear students. Prime numbers are the numbers which are not divisible by any other number except the number itself. They are called as the prime numbers. Here, the prime numbers from 2 to 12 are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. These are the prime numbers between 2 to 12. How many prime numbers are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 prime numbers. Then what is the fraction with respect to the numbers from 2 to 12 to the prime numbers? Yes, you are right, my dear student. They are 5 by 11. Here, what is 5 called? Numerator, and what is 11 called? Denominator. Now, let us go to the next question. Write the natural numbers from 102 to 113. Then, what fractions of them are prime numbers? So, in the previous problem, we have listed from 2 to 12. There we have identified prime numbers and we have expressed in terms of fraction. Here we have to list the number from 102 to 113 between these two numbers. So, we have to find the prime numbers, then we have to express in terms of a fraction. Yes, come on, write down from number from 102 to 113. Are you writing it? Yes, come on, my dear student, please write down. The numbers are 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 12 and 113. How many numbers are there altogether? Very good. There are 12 numbers from 102 to 113. Then can you list the prime numbers between 102 to 113? Yes, the prime numbers are 103, 107, 109, 113. These numbers are not possible to divide by any other number except one and number itself. That is why they are called as prime numbers. There are 4 prime numbers in this list. So, therefore, what is the fraction of the prime numbers from 102 to 113? Very good, my dear students. The prime numbers fraction is 4 divided by 12. So, when you are going to simplify this, 4 ones are 4 3s are, we can simplify this further. So, therefore, the fraction for this particular question is 1 divided by 3 or 1/3. Now, let us learn how to represent the fraction on the number line. You are all familiar with the representation of integers on number line. So, let us learn how to represent the fraction on a number line. Well, the question is like this: represent 1 by 2 on a number line. That is what we have to do here. 1 by 2 is half of the whole, that is less than 1. So, that is why here on the number line we have to mark 2 points like this, and for one point you have to call 0 and for the other part you have to call 1, because half is between 0 and 1. So, here to represent half on the number line, you have to divide the given line into 2 equal parts. How to divide the given line into 2 equal parts? So, just by marking the center point between 0 and 1. Now, you are seeing here the whole line is divided into 2 parts, 2 equal parts. Therefore, this particular point represent 1 by 2. Is it understood to you? Shall we try few more numbers? Okay, come to the next question. Represent 1/3 on number line. How to represent 1/3 on number line? Are you recalling the method what we have did for the first problem? Here again we have to mark the number 0 as well as 1, and what we have to do here? Very good, we have to divide the given length of line into 3 equal parts like this. So, just by marking 2 points we will get 3 equal divisions. We have to be measure it and we have to be divide it. Then what is the first point represent? 1/3. What about the second point? Second point represent 2/3 of the whole. So, therefore, we needed 1 divided by 3. So, therefore, the first point on the number line represent 1/3. Now, come to the another question. Show 3 by 5 on a number line. Here what we have to do? Yes, we have to take the number 0 and 1 again. So, we have to divide the given length of line into 5 equal parts like this. First part, this is the first part, second part and third part and fourth part and the fifth part. Here the first point representing 1/5. Similarly, second point represent 2/5, third point representing 3/5 and fourth point representing 4/5. This is 5 by 5, which is equal to 1. So, therefore, what we have needed here? 3 divided by 5, that is 3/5 we have needed. So, that is why we have to point or we have to mark this particular point for the 3 by 5 on the number line. Now, let us learn the other part of the fraction, that is proper fractions. So, based on the values in the numerator as well as the denominator, we have classified the fractions into proper and improper fractions. My dear student, look at all these examples. Here these are the different fractions which is given. Can you read them? 1 by 2, 3 by 5, 9 by 10 and 5 by 8. So, look at the value of the numerator with respect to the denominator. Here 1 by 2, numerator is smaller than the denominator. In 3 by 5, numerator is smaller than the denominator. In case of 9 by 10 also, 9 is smaller than 10. In case of 5 by 8, 5 is smaller than 8. If the fractions like this, if the value of the numerator is lesser than the denominator, then those kind of fractions are becomes proper fractions. What are proper fractions? In a proper fraction, the numerator is always lesser than the or less than the denominator, and also the value of the proper fraction is always less than 1. This is the important thing you have to notice about proper fraction. Now, there is a question related to the proper fraction. Read the question carefully and answer the question which is according to the data given. Let us write one by one. For the first two questions, it is easy to write. The first question is, we have to write the proper fraction with the numerator 5 and denominator 7. So, therefore, it is 5 by 7. And for the second one, denominator is 9 and numerator is 5. Now, come to the question number 3 or the C question is, whose numerator and denominator add up to 10. So, that means the value of the numerator and denominator, if you are going to add, we should get 10. How many fractions of this kind can you make? Here we can write 1 by 9, 2 by 8, 3 by 7, 4 by 6. So, these are the proper fractions add up to 10. Like this, we can list 4 proper fractions which add up to 10. Now, let us come to the another question. We have to write the proper fraction whose denominator is 4 more than the numerator. So, look at the answer. If you are going to write 4 by 8, here denominator is always 4 more than the numerator. and even for 3 by 7 also we will get the difference 4, and 2 by 6 also difference is 4, and 1 by 5 and 12 by 16, and we can write many more of this kind. Now, let us go to the another question. A fraction is given, how will you decide by just looking at it whether the fraction is less than 1 or equal to 1? So, when we will get the fraction less than 1? Yes, my dear students, you are telling correct. If it is a proper fraction, we will get the value less than 1, and if it is equal, if the numerator and denominator's values are equal, then we are going to get the value of the fraction be 1. So, here if the numerator is smaller than the denominator, then the fraction will be less than 1. For example, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, etc. Similarly, if the numerator value is equal to the denominator, then fraction will be equal to 1. So, for example, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5, 10 by 10, 100 by 100. These are all some example, and you can write many more example of this kind. Now, just keeping the concept of proper fraction, try to fill this gaps. Here fill up the gap or fill up using one of these symbol. Here 1 by 2 is always lesser than 1, that is half is lesser than 1. Come to the second question, 3 by 5, again it is a proper fraction, its value is less than 1. So, therefore, we have to write lesser than symbol over here. Here look at the question, here 1 is at the left side and 7 by 8 is at the right side. Here this one is the proper fraction, its value is lesser than 1, but here 1 is written at first and 7 by 8 written is next. Therefore, 1 is greater than 7 by 8. Here we have to use the symbol greater than. Now, here what happens, 4 and 4 they are going to be cancelled, that is 4 ones are 4, because numerator and denominators are equal and the value of the fraction becomes 1. Therefore, here we have to use the symbol equals. Now, come to the last one again like D. Here also there are same numerator and denominator, whose value is 1. Therefore, 2005 divided by 2005 is equal to 1. Therefore, 1 equals 1. We have to use the equal sign for the last problem. Now, let us learn what is improper fraction. Look at the example on the screen. Can you read the fraction? Yes, read it. It is 4 by 3, 4/3. Then 3 by 2, next 7 by 5. So, here in this case, which is the numerator? 4 is the numerator, 3 is the denominator, 3 is the numerator and 2 is the denominator. What about 7? 7 is the numerator and 5 is the denominator. So, look at the value of the numerator and denominator. Here 4 is greater than 3, similarly 3 is greater than 2, similarly 7 is greater than 5. Here in this case, in all these examples, numerator is greater than denominator. So, therefore, if the fraction is like this, then they are called as improper fraction. In case of improper fraction, numerator is equal to or greater than the denominator, they are called as improper fractions. Now, let us come to the mixed fractions. I told you already, mixed fraction is always with a whole number. There should be another number like this along with the proper fraction. Here 1 by 2 we can read, 2 1 by 3, similarly 1 2 by 5 we can read the mixed fractions like this. A mixed fraction is a type of fraction in which there is a whole number part and there is a fractional part. Can you repeat it again? Yes, my dear student, mixed fraction is a type of fraction in which there is a whole number part and there is a fractional part. Here in this case, this 1 is whole number part and 1 by 2 is a fractional part. Here in this case, 2 is whole number part and 1 by 3 is a fractional part. In this case also 1 is called whole number part and 1 by 2 is called a fractional part. 2 by 5 is called a fractional part. Like this we can read the and also we can identify the mixed fraction. Now let us learn how to express the improper fraction into a mixed fraction. Here I am telling you, I am teaching you the method of conversion of improper fraction into a mixed fraction. Just follow this. What we have to do? We have to divide 17 by 4 like this. So, what we will get? 4 4s are 16. There will be a remainder 1. We have to write the fraction like this, 4 whole and 1 by 4 more, that is 4 1 by 4 is the mixed fraction for 17 by 4. Now come to the 11 by 3. What we have to do here? Yes, my dear student, we have to divide the 11 by 3. So we can divide like this, 3 3 is a 9. What is the remainder we will get here? Yes, my dear student, 2 is the remainder. So how can we write this? 3 whole and 3 by 2 more. So therefore the mixed fraction for 11 by 3 is 3 3 by 2. Just now we have learnt about how to convert improper fraction into a mixed fraction. Now let us learn about how to convert mixed fraction into a improper fraction. Now it is a question 3 1 by 2. Here we have to do, we have to multiply 3 by 2. Therefore 3 2s are 6 we will get, plus 1 we have to add the 1. Then what we will get? 6 plus 1 is 7 by 2. Similarly, we have to multiply 2 and 4 we will get 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Therefore, answer is 11 by 4. My dear student, based on today's concepts what you have learned regarding fraction, I am giving you a question as a home assignment. Please write the answer for these questions and show to your teacher. The questions are like this. Express the following as mixed fractions. A 27 by 5, B 7 by 3. I am repeating the question again. The question number 1 is express the following as mixed fractions. 27 by 5, 7 by 3. Now come to the second question. Draw number line and locate the points on them. We have to draw the number lines for the question A, B, C separately. There we have to mark 1 by 2, 2 by 8 and 3 by 5. I am repeating the question again. Draw number lines and locate the points on them. A 1 by 2, B 2 by 8, C 3 by 5. My dear student, I hope you have learnt today's concept effectively. Let us meet on the next session with the more informations regarding the fractions. Till then, keep studying, stay safe, have a nice time. Thank you.